So, what are your original thoughts on the one-child policy?
Mm, so my original thought about one child policy, um, cause, because I was grew up in a like only child home, a family, so it wasn't the issue for me. Especially for my generation, me and my friends we all grew up in only child like families. So it's kind of I think for my generation it's like a very common phenomenon. So we do not feel it's unfair in some way. But I think probably our older generations they have more opinions toward that because especially from my father's mother's generation, they have more than one siblings. So I think when I reflect on my like uh, my experiences, I think elder people they talk more. They talk about these issues more than us do. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my thought.
Yep. Okay.
And what? Yeah.
So, announced just a few years back, the law was changed allowing families to have two children. Do you think this law will change things?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the biggest change is probably the family structures. You in the past you only have like three members in your family as a unit, but now you have another like person in your family. There are also some issues with that because when you consider to have a baby, you need to think about the education cost, the housing, and the and other like you need to think about your salaries and it's just many other issues with that. But and also I think also from the elder generation's perspective, they might feel happy about this policy because in China we used to have this tradition that people encourage people tend to have like a big family, but it was like um, uh, it was like just that they are hoping there are many people inherit the family name and they think it's kind of like a lucky thing, like those things to have more offspring. And in China, there are also a tradition that as a children, you need to, take care of your if your take care of your parents when they are old. So I think from this perspective, the elder family they're trying to persuade the younger, like young mom, young dads to have more children. Uh, because they are thinking in someday if their children getting older, they have two children to take care of them. I don't know if I say it clearly or not.
Yep, that's
Do
good.
you?
Okay,
Okay.
let's go on to the next question. The policy mostly focused on city families. What are your thoughts on why the government did this?
Um. Well, yeah, as I mentioned to you before, I don't say this as like policy only focus in cities, but I can tell because in China it's like China is in developing and the population issues has been like very serious problem in the huge cities. So and I think there is another like trend. It's more like a society problem that people live in the suburb. They tend to move to the cities. So they want to set up home, bring their family to the cities because in the cities the children can have more, can have a better living conditions. Also, can um, can get more like superior education resources. So I think that's probably the reason why, and probably because in the city, life in the cities have more opportunities even for the parents themselves.
Okay, would would you like to have a family of your own, not being enforced with a policy?
Can you repeat the questions again?
Yep. Would you like to have a family of your own without a policy enforcing it?
For now, I have never think about, even to have my own family. So, yeah, but I mean, it also depends on my own, like, if I'm capable, to have two children. Because raising up a kid in China is just very expensive. So, sometimes, yeah, I had an interesting discussion with my mom when I was young. They had to obey the policy that only have one kid at home. But when I asked her if she's still, willing to have another baby, her answer is no. Yeah, she said it's only have one baby is enough because it's already exhausting for her because she works full time.
Yeah.
And also because like I said, it's very expensive to
Yep.
raise up a baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for answering those again. I'll go through the video this time, and I'll message you back if there's any problems, but I think it should be good for now.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ying.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I hope my answers can help you.
Yep. And I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable with some of these questions.
Oh, it's alright. It's just that I didn't really get what the question about the real jobs. I didn't really